It's the end of the day for me, and I am super tired, brain mash up. But a memory came up for me today, and I hadn't thought about it for years, like eons ago. And for some reason, it came up. I couldn't put my finger on it at the moment, but after some introspection, I was able to realize why it came up. And there's a lesson in it, there's a gem in it, and I want to share it. But before I share that, I want to give a little bit of backstory so that you can understand the context. So, growing up, I went to both primary school and prep school. Now, if you're a Jamaican, then you know that after basic school, then it comes primary school. If not, then that's the system. So after kindergarten or basic school, you'd have gone to primary school or prep school. Prep school is typically a space where you'd find like more kids from affluent backgrounds. Primary school, it's more for like your everyday lower or middle class families. Um, More often, let me just put that there as an asterisk. Uh, and I had the opportunity to be able to go to both, which brought unique experiences. But that's for another time and another day. The reason why I brought that up was because at the prep school, your class sizes are smaller. It's a lot easier for you to get one-on-one attention. And for me, at the school I was going to at the time, emphasis was placed on just having a great command of the English language and being able to adequately use language to express yourself without the need to, resolve to violence like in conflict resolution or whatnot. Cut to transitioning to a primary school where that's not the case. Class sizes are huge. One teacher to 65 students is the norm, and teachers don't necessarily have the bandwidth to be able to nurture students in that way. They really just want to ensure that everyone in the classroom get the bare minimum and they can survive to come back another day. And so, having gone to prep school and then going to primary school, I was teased a lot about how I sound, um, about the way I spoke, about how I express myself. Initially, like, I've always had like thick skin, so it didn't bother me to the point of tears at all. But it was something that planted a seed at the back of my mind. Like, persons would go as far to say, I know you're from like a small island, but Jamaica is not that small small island. And Jamaica was born and grew. But I mean, I get what you're saying. For many persons at that time, standard English was not a reality for them. Like, many parents did not understand standard English. It was a huge debate. Still is, actually. Cut to high school, heard the same thing. As a matter of fact, there was one person who made it their point of duty whenever we were in the same environment to highlight that I sounded weird. Like, you sound weirdy every single time. Like, it doesn't matter what I'm saying. They would have found a way to let me know that my sound, the way my voice, the way how I came across, the way how I communicated was not something that they were accustomed to. And it got to me in high school to the point where whenever we would have been in the same environment or same classroom, I would intentionally not say anything. Cut to high school. Not, University. That's what come after high school. I'm tired, okay? And I was blessed to have a group of friends who would not allow me to play small. My intention going into university was to go in undercover and just graduate with my honors and thing, and that did not happen. But the good thing was that I rediscovered myself, but not without that seed in the back of my mind that, oh my gosh, like, you sound weird, you're probably doing something wrong, pronouncing something wrong, saying something wrong, like, oh my gosh, you're sounding weird. I've traveled a lot since then. I have met a ton of people since then, and most of my clients right now are based outside of Jamaica. And every now and then, like, communicating becomes challenging because I overthink and I start to, in my mind, say, oh my gosh, I'm saying something wrong. And Jamaica don't help because we say Jew plum for dew plum. And we say right away for right of way. So I mean, it kind of adds to the problem. Kind of adds to the problem, but I digress. Today, I was reminded by a client who just fell in love with, my accent, but more so my delivery, that your people will always be able to understand you. You won't have to do anything extra. You won't have to change who you are. You won't have to change how you sound. You won't have to adjust your voice to try and find people who would come to you. They're already there. The ones who are the right fit, a great fit for you, will show up when you need them to. Like, it's that simple. And for everybody else, they're just not your people. So don't waste your time focusing on those people who are just not your people. Focus on those who are intentional about wanting to understand you, are intentional in terms of wanting to collaborate, are intentional in terms of wanting to communicate, and focus less on those who make mountains out of molehills, right? We're a global community, and I've been online for now maybe like 12 years. You'd have thought that I would have gotten used to it by now, but it's a daily reminder for me that look, your people are going to find you, and your voice will be sufficient for them. It will be exactly what they need to hear when they need to hear it, and you'll know it because you feel it. So that's the message. That's the backstory. I hope it made sense succinctly, right? But go on to the thing, and we'll chat another time. All right, bye.